breakdown of our revenue. You will see the summary of revenue by the governor's proposed budget. That includes state revenue, state sales tax, federal revenue, federal grants, adult educational, child nutrition, and other local funds. You will also notice that the Board of Supervisors portion, which we're asking for a $2.1 million funding request, would then raise their portion to $18,502,089 to bring our total revenue to $67,820,076. That number is reflected on a $2.1 million funding request from the Board of Supervisors. All right, so I want to focus attention to these for the increases. So the left box determines or shows you that a 2% base pay compensation increase for contracted staff, and that is based on the governor's proposed budget. Everything to the right of that box would be an additional increase. For example, in one of your things that you would ask for is for us to look at the pay bands. Okay, so this does incur an additional teacher pay scale adjustment for bands 1 through 20 to make us more competitive with the region. Okay, we've slid a little bit in there with that, so we really want to look at those pay bands 1 through 20 to make us more competitive. It also adds an additional pay scale adjustment, 5% for substitute teachers, 3% for office managers, and 3% for van drivers. So for the van drivers right now, they're on the same scale as the bus assistants, so because they're actually driving, we want to get them a little bit above that. And then a 1% increase for mechanics, grounds workers, maintenance workers, bus drivers, bus assistants, class 1 and 2 school-based secretaries. And please remember that 86% of our operational budget are our people. Summary of expenditures. All right, so please understand, this represents positions that we currently have that are in other areas. For example, SPED 611, Title II, and all in Virginia. These 12.3 positions would be moved out of those 3 areas and back onto the operational budget. So it's not additional positions. These are positions that we currently have. Our efficiencies. So you asked us to look at where our efficiencies are. And so our decreases would be the Director of Professional Learning, that would be moved to Title II, that's 0.7. And then half a position that is a current vacancy. And then the reallocation of professional staff, 1, instructional assistants, 2, school-based non-instructional support, 1, and non-based support, 1.5. So that's a total deduction of 6.7 positions from the operational budget. We're asking for 9 additional positions. So this is the actual number of additional positions that we are asking for. CTE, a CTE teacher at Amherst County High School, 1 at Manelson Middle, and 1 at Amherst Middle School. So that is 3 positions. Instructional staff, in a discussion trying to increase in those 2 schools, use money from our capital improvement plan. So we need to return CIP items to the operational budget, which will be buses, vehicles, and the painting project. Our summer school budget needs to move to the operational budget and also increase. We will have an increase in health insurance, which we don't have those figures yet, but we'll be working on those. And we have not had to increase that for a long time, but we will have some increase this year. New stipends for CTE and organized advisors, new stipend for Amherst Middle School drama coach, increased Southern Air maintenance budget per the contract, increase in student activity, increased utilities, which we all know, even at home, our utilities are going up. And then we have an increase in SRO costs. Technology budget for security software and equipment needs. So those are all things that we will need to for 25-26 this year and then next year. The difference in those 2 lines is $1,040,502, and that's an increase. Then the federal funds has an increase of $120,899 from last year to this year. The local funds has a decrease from this year to next year for $57,927. The Board of Supervisors, last year, they gave us $16,402,089, and this year we are asking for the $18,502,089, which is the $2.1 million. Add those figures together, our budget actually increases by $3.203474. Recall, our current contribution is $16,402,089, and we're requesting $18,502,089. Making folks understand where our $2.1 million ask comes from. Again, if you recall, last year, we had to pull $920,000 from our capital improvement plan to balance our budget. If our ADM actually does decrease by the 13 students, that is $134,334. The composite index change is a difference of $564,758. So honestly, of that $2.1 million, over 70% of that is really just to get us back on board. So we're asking for the $2.1 million. The additional request of $489,008 would be for some of the additions that we're trying to do.